Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 400 subscribers celebration stream. I hope that everybody's having a good night tonight. And I'm just bringing up the chat here, so just give me 1 second to do... Okay. So, I had done the user poll as per usual, and I got one vote in from my buddy Connor on Conan Hall of Volta, which is an Apple II game. And naively, I had found that there were emulation options available for that game online, and thought that they would work. So this morning, when I was testing out the game, it just was not cooperating, and I could not get the game to run on my PC. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to go with what Connor had asked for with his vote, and no one else voted. So I decided instead to go with Conan Exiles, the Isle of Sipta, which we're going to be playing today a little bit for you, which should be fun. Conan Exiles is a great game. I like it quite a bit. So let's go here. We're going to start a new game. Playing single player. We're going to play on the Isle of Sipta because I have a character that's already pretty far advanced in the exiled lands. So, we'll do Decadent, which is the normal difficulty, and we'll also... we'll do all those options after. So Conan Exiles is a survival game. It's a survival role-playing game. It's got enough RPG elements for me as a fan of big, open-world role-playing games to kind of play it like that in single-player mode. But, it's a cool one. So I'm also going to bring up the questions that were pre-written on the announcement video, because there was quite a few, from what I remember anyway. Alright, yeah, so there's some here. After this opening cutscene, I'll make a character and start answering them for you guys. Alright, so we're going to make a dude. And let's see. Which race should I go with this time? You know what? I think I'm going to go with a Stygian. Let's make an Egyptian kind of guy so we can make his religion Set. Play as a sort of evil character. So we'll go with that. What voice do we want? As you can see, there's a lot of different customization options here, which is cool.
Cut me down, please. Cut me down, please. Death is coming. Cut me down, please. The gods are watching. Death is coming.
I like that one. Alright, so face. want to have a face with a little bit more angular features, because the guy I played before was sort of a typical superhero looking kind of dude with the square jaw and everything. Let's go with a little bit more tan, because he's got a, I want him to look like an Egyptian guy, because that's kind of what the Stygians culture and stuff is based on. Which hair do we want? Should we go with the classic banged Conan hair? That looks pretty good on him. Eyebrows. I like those. Facial hair. The facial hair in this game is, unfortunately, in my view anyway, kind of rough looking. So let's just make him clean shaven. Eyeshadow. Let's see, is there a... I like the Egyptian looking eyeshadow on this guy. So we'll go with that. And we'll have him with... Oh, wait, no. We don't want green eyeshadow. I thought that was eye color. Oh, no. Hold on. Still get the green eyeshadow. And he looks very strange. Alright. There we are. Alright. Chin. Alright, this is all fine. I'm fine with these features that we've got here. I want green eyes because I want him to be a set worshiping looking guy. So that looks good. Body features. Let's see. We'll make him average height. Physique. Let's make this guy ripped. Should we give him big pecs? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, apparently if you put the nudity on your server, you can also choose the size of your penis, which is pretty funny. Let's see. Start location. So this is going to be key because this will determine like how dangerous it is in the place that we should start. Yeah, let's do this place because it's relatively calm. All right. Here's our Stygian survivor. Alrighty. So here we are. This is the Exiled Lands. Here's our character here. It's a cool looking guy here. So one of the first things that we're going to want to do... Oh, I learned to dodge. We're going to want to make some tools and some weapons and clothes and all of that good stuff. Because in this game, one of the things that I think is cool about it is it doesn't really have any tutorials. You kind of just have to like experiment with the game systems in order to figure out what's going on. So I've played through quite a bit. I have a pretty close to max level character on the main game, but I haven't played through the Isle of Sipta, which is the expansion for this game much yet. And it's a whole new map, new dungeons, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like just another game basically in the same engine, which is cool. So we're going to want to find some plant fibers to make some clothes. These branches will be important when we make some... Oh, here's some of the crew members from the ship that we were just on. What is going on here? Okay. That's weird. to coast, folks. Alright, so let's get into the questions a little bit here. That were the pre-written ones. Alright, so let's see. I'll start at the bottom. The first question was from Jordan Green, and he says, "Congratulations, brother. Keep up the great videos and awesome content." Thank you very much. He says, "Question for you. If you could make a dream Conan video game, how would you make it? Like, similar to the 07 game or a turn-based strategy game?" My dream Conan game would be an open-world role-playing game that's a little bit more traditional than this game. I would do something like... maybe like a BioWare-esque game, something along those lines, like the Dragon Age games. I feel like would be a good model for something Conan, where you get to make your own character and there's a pre-written, story that you can play through with choices and all of that kind of stuff. That really lets you explore the Conan world. I feel like, franchises that were, in the fantasies genre that were before unknown to people that became popular, were really helped by having great video game adaptations. Like The Witcher is the one specifically I'm thinking of, where those were a bunch of obscure books that were heavily inspired, is a generous term from what I've heard. I haven't read them or the original Elric books, but I've heard that the Witcher books are basically kind of like rip-offs of the Elric books. I don't know if that's completely accurate or not, so don't, hold me to that. I'm not super knowledgeable on them. But those games being adapted into wonderful video games by CD Projekt Red over the years really increased exposure and had people get really interested in the world of The Witcher enough that it now has a TV show. So I feel like if we were to, give Conan the same kind of treatment, then we really could, expose more people to this property and sort of garner the popularity that it really deserves. And one of the things that I appreciate the people that own the Conan IP saying is that that's kind of one of their intentions. They are really focused on trying to get Conan video games in development that will break through into the mainstream and therefore keep the character relevant, because they realize that the film industry is no longer the most influential and most popular entertainment medium anymore. That is video games now, which is cool. I would still like to see another Conan film adaptation at some point, but if it worked for The Witcher, it can work for Conan, I think. So I would like to see a big open world-ish... I'm getting attacked by a wolf or a dog here. And I don't have a weapon yet, so this could go poorly. Come on. I can't die yet. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to run. Run! Gonna have to make myself a sword so I can... Oh, no. He might kill me. Well. At least I died pretty close to the first spawning area. I usually turn off the drop everything you have in your inventory thing. I usually turn that off because, I don't know, I personally kind of hate that as a game option. But where was my... Okay, so it's over in this area. Yeah, I kind of hate that as like a game option. The whole when you die, you drop everything you have. I think that's kind of annoying personally, but you know, some of the hardcore gamers, you know, they they really like that kind of challenge, I suppose. Oh, there's my body. So let's grab those clothes I made, and then I'll make myself a sword. So that we can... Oh, it looks like I don't have the option to do that yet. Let's buy that skill. Okay, so I'm gonna need some more stone. So let's make a pick for a game that originally came out on the Xbox Series, or the Xbox One, PS3 anyway. PS4, what am I talking about? I guess you can't mine that rock. Guess that one, that one. Guess you can't with that either. So yeah, I think the last character I played, I did Sword and Shield. So maybe I'll go two-hander this time. We're going to go with the sword. Alright, so while that's loading, let's see, I'll read the next question. The next one is from Hector Rodriguez, and he says, is this an elaborate scheme for you to play every single Conan game that's ever existed? That was actually, yeah, the plan. I'm going to review these games at some point on the show when I get to them in the kind of chronology of Conan. But the games don't start happening until the 80s, so I'll have to finish all of the Howard stories and then through the L. Sprague de Camp, Lynn Carter, etc. writers era, and then all the way up to the 80s. But he asks also, he says, congratulations for the 400 subs. And his question is, can you talk a little bit about your setup and software? Because I'm trying to record myself a podcast, and the background music track I add is always louder than our voices. I use Audacity, by the way, and I add the background track after recording during editing. Also, any advice will be graciously appreciated. Kind sir, thank you. Alright, so the things that I use for my setup. I have a program, it used to be made by Sony. I don't know if it still is, but it's called Vegas Movie Studio. That's what I use for editing. It's basically like a fancy version of Windows Movie Maker, which is what I, kind of learned when I was a youngin' doing software-y stuff. And, that program that I use, Movie Studio, is great. So it allows you to do things that will solve the issue that you have, which is having background music that is too loud for the audience to hear the rest of the stuff that you and your podcasting compatriot are saying. It allows you to adjust audio levels, which is really nice. That's how I get the sort of background music in my podcast episodes, which is cool. And I think, that stuff adds a lot to my shows. I don't know what kind of podcast series you're trying to do, if it's more of like a free-form conversational thing, or if it's a more scripted thing like what I do for most of the episodes of my show. But that really helps in terms of getting your foot off the ground in terms of editing. My piece of advice would be to buy a good suite of editing software and learning how to use it. And it takes a while to kind of learn the ins and outs of a suite of video editing software. I mean, I've fucked around with that software for years and years and years. And I think my episodes, I'd like to think they're reasonably well edited, and the only reason that they are is because I have the kind of experience, fucking around with the software, allowing myself to, edit some things that kind of suck, and regrouping and learning from there. So I would encourage you to just buy, if you're using a Mac, you'll have to get something other than Vegas Movie Studio because it's only available on PC. I think there's got to be some good editing stuff for Mac. I'm sure there is, but yeah, if you're on PC, I would definitely recommend Movie Studio. The suite that I have was only $50. It's the basic set. And I think it works reasonably well. You can obviously upgrade to the really expensive versions of it if you'd like to get more out of it. But for the YouTube podcasting stuff I do, I mean, I find that it's more than functional. I think it's perfect for what I do, and I've personally never felt the need to upgrade to anything fancier than the base version of Vegas Movie Studio. The other things that I use that I'd recommend for you in terms of things to invest in, if you can, is to get a quality microphone, because if you sound good, like if your audio quality is good, that definitely just shows the audience right off the bat that you're offering something to them that isn't just someone rambling into a webcam. That's a waste of their time. Obviously the actual quality of the things you're saying in the content is very important too, but presentation I think is just as important in terms of garnering an audience and getting people to pay attention to what you do. So I use a Yeti Blue microphone. I paid $100 for this thing a long time ago, maybe at least 10 years ago now. I've had it for a long time, and it works really well. It has multiple audio settings on it. So the one I'm using right now, the mic is, I'm sort of sitting in my gaming chair in front of my TV, and I have the mic hooked into my PC, which is nearby, and I have it on a table that's kind of off to my right here. And it has a setting on it that kind of captures all of the noise in the room in sort of like a radius, rather than just speaking directly into the mic as is. So that's really useful in terms of finding a microphone, and that's versatile and is able to accommodate all of your podcasting needs. I don't know what your particular needs are in that regard, but finding something that is able to do what you want, and if you're recording a podcast with multiple people, it might be good to have one if you don't want to invest in two mics that has a setting like the Yeti one where you can just plop it in the middle of a table and everyone can speak and record them well. And this one also has like a setting that I use for when I record the episodes where I'm just sitting at my desk and doing the editing for them. I'll put on the just single, record what's being directly spoken into the front of the microphone setting, and that works really well too. In terms of recording audio software, I use Audacity just like you do. What I do is I record the audio files, and then after I am done recording all of the various sections, because I record my reviews in sections, and I do usually multiple takes of the readings of the script I'm doing, because sometimes I'll play them back and I just don't like the way I sounded. Maybe I emphasized syllables in a strange way, as you do sometimes when you're just speaking off the cuff. So I'll just undo the recording on the Audacity and do another take to make sure that I don't sound like a babbling weirdo. And then after I do all that stuff, I'll save the files as either MP3 or WAV files, and then import them into Movie Studio. And splice them in with the rest of my stuff, put the pictures over them, all of that good jazz. I don't know, again, what your process is going to be in terms of putting a visual component to your podcast, if it's going to be audio only or what. But I guess, other people might find this interesting if it's not directly applicable to you. But what I do with my, the visual aspect of my show is I find all of the comic book panels for the various, Howard stories that I'm reviewing. I find them on a variety of free comic websites online. I used to buy them through Comixology and then take still snapshots that way using the screenshot function on Windows. There's a program called Snipper that comes on your Windows PC, at least the newer versions of Windows, and that is the way that I get that stuff, and then I sort of go through the show audio files and cut them all up according to where I want to put all the pictures. I splice them all in. I animate them in Windows Movies or Vegas Movie Studio, so they're doing the zooming in and out or the panning across the page like I like to do. So it's a little bit more visually interesting than just a still image. And then that's the way that the sausage is made, I suppose. I spent quite a bit of time at the beginning when I was conceptualizing the show, editing the intro and the credits sequences for the Conan Chronicles main shows, because that's another presentation thing. I really wanted the show to have a kind of movie-esque quality to it. I mean, of course, it's not as well produced as a movie. It's video essay content, so it's not quite that either. But the thing that I really, really wanted to do was to kind of make the show look like it was something that was a premium piece of YouTube content that people that would interest people in that way. It was something that was special. When I put out the new episodes, it would be kind of an event for the people who enjoyed them. It would be, hey, Conan Chronicles put out a new episode. It's been maybe 2-3 weeks since the last one came out, but when it does come out, it's an hour long. It's very well produced, very well edited. The quality of the scripting is good. I didn't want to kind of just become a YouTube channel that is primarily just off-the-cuff commentary that's very reactionary to the audience, I guess. I wanted to kind of just go off into my artist's hermit mode, I guess, and make something that was great and then show it to people when I was satisfied with it, just because I'm a bit of a perfectionist in that way. I take great care in the things that I work on, and I want them to be presentable, and I think that has really helped the channel grow, because you know, when the first impression of your content to a viewer is that, oh my god, like, you know, we've got the Basil Polidorus theme coming in. We've got all this badass Frank Frazetta art to look at. I mean, this is good. This is gonna be exciting. And you know, another reason I wanted to do that is just because like Conan as a property is something that I think doesn't have as much appreciation as it should. It is it's a property that is, in my mind, a little underappreciated because you know, it doesn't have as many mainstream quote unquote fans as something like you know, Marvel or DC or Star Wars or what have you. I mean, it's a bit older of a property than those most of the characters in those respective franchises, and it hasn't had a big mainstream breakthrough thing since the 80s with the Schwarzenegger movie, so it's you know, it needs that kind of quality of presentation to get people interested, I think. You know, if you lead with Frank Frazetta and Basil Polidorus, I mean, you know, people that like fantasy I think are going to be interested, even if they're not interested specifically in Conan. And that was kind of the goal for me, you know, to kind of expose people to, you know, something that they hadn't experienced before. All right. So let's see. I'm looking at the actual comments now. We see Captain Omni here. He says, hi, how's it going? Benjamin Linus is here. He says he's enjoying the stream. Thanks for showing up, man. Connor's here. He says, congrats on 400 subs. Haven of Horror says, Barbarian versus Doggo. NB says, by Crumb. And Haven of Horror says, you can turn the death thing off. Yes, you can. I'll actually show you right now if you'd like. Let's see. Oh, you know, the settings are here. So what you do if you want to change the server settings if you're playing by yourself, what you do is you go here and you click on Make Me Admin, and then you can change all of the settings. So let's see here. So here we are. Drop equipment on death. You just unclick that, and then you're good. So now when you die, you do not drop your equipment, which is cool. All right, so now I think we're going to start building a house. So we're going to have to go mine some ore up here. Do-do-do. Or I shouldn't say ore. Let's some stone. Yeah, you can actually change a bunch of the settings, which are really useful if you want to, you know, speed up the gameplay a little bit. Like one of the things I did on my main character was I made it so that when you collect resources, you get a little bit more than what the default is. So it didn't take me as long to do things like, you know, build gigantic things and stuff, because you can get really creative with this game. I mean, it has a really good creation engine for, oh god damn it, for things like, you know, building bases and houses and stuff. So if you are someone that's like interested in that aspect of the kind of survival game, you know, if you like Minecraft, it's kind of like a dark fantasy version of like You know, Minecraft and a survival game like Rust all in one. I don't actually. You probably can do that kind of stuff in Rust. Maybe I'm just not aware, but. All right, let's skin this doggo. Get some hides. Alright, I gotta cook some food, actually. So that's perfect. Let's... make a campfire. Spend my other perks after. Okay, so let's make... campfire. He even forwarded my friend John. He said he's going to download this game again and try it. Well, if you'd like to play, this is a online multiplayer game, which is cool. We should play together. Alright, let's put our campfire down here. Let's put some wood in this bad boy. We'll put some meat in, and then we'll start cooking it. Now, I do want to make a water skin so I can hold some water too. I'm going to try to find a good... I need some more. So I can make some twine. And then we can... So plant fiber can be turned into twine, and then we'll use that twine and some of the leather that I have, or animal skins, it's one of the two resources, to make a water skin so we can take water with us as well. Oh man, my guy's really starving here. Okay. Now, what we'll do is we'll dine away. So, and you always want to cook your food, because if you don't cook your food, then you get food poisoning, and that's not good. So, we'll put our campfire back in my inventory here. And then we'll go... Actually, I'm pretty well hydrated now. Maybe I can make it to wherever I want to go here. Let's go towards the river. The river is always a good place to make a base. Oh. What did I... Oh, it's another dog. Ugh. Alrighty. You fucking did. Let's actually cleave this guy. See if we can get a dog head. Oh. Ugh. This guy's kicking my butt. But I am ultimately the victor. Alright, let's cleave this guy. See if we can get a dog head. Nope, I don't want to There we go. Cleave this guy too. I think it just gives you a lot of meat when you cleave them early on. What you can do with some of the later enemies is you can cleave them and get their heads, and then you can make decorative game heads for your wall, which is cool. John is asking, have you tried the PC version? I have not. This is the Xbox version. I have all the DLC for this game now because I got the rest of it on sale not too long ago. And the DLC for this game is really cool. I'll show you guys after. Let's see, actually, if I can... buy any more of this stuff. Not quite yet, it looks like. But you can get, like, for example, the Yamatai DLC pack, where you can get, like, katanas and stuff. There's samurai armor you can craft. There's lots of just awesome stuff you can make in this. If you get the DLC packs that are based on all of the different Hyborian Age cultures and such, which is awesome. Let's see. Connor says, let's see if we can cleave this guy. I love situations where I can say that. Yes, me too. This game is appropriately metal for the Conan theme, which is nice. All right. Side-scrolling Hero 16 says, very random, Dan, but do you have any kind of opinion towards the Kamen Rider series? None whatsoever, other than I liked Power Rangers when I was a kid. I tried to revisit it when I was an older person, and I thought it was terrible, so I have not remained a huge Power Rangers fan. I'll always be kind of nostalgic for it. I think like the look of that stuff is really cool, but yeah, I've never been into the Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, stuff like that. Noah says, congratulations on 400 subs, Dan. Thank you very much, sir. It's glad to have you here. Oh no. Everyone's afraid that Noah's here. Alright, so one of the cool things about this game, too, is it has a climbing system. So, oh. Okay, there we go. I'm going to climb down this cliff here so I don't kill myself. Is this iron ore or not? Let's take a swing at it. Nah, it's just stone. I'm kind of oh, there's a dog up there. We don't want to be... Heal up a little bit here. So one of the cool things about this game also is, you know, you can just run around and explore and build and gather resources and level. Oh boy, what the fuck? We don't like fighting two alligators at the same time, so let's get the fuck out of here. At least not yet, anyway. But yeah, you can just run around and level up your character, and dog followed me. All right, you're handleable. Yeah, you can just like brave the elements, run around, level up your character, get better materials to like make cooler houses and stuff like that, which is what I did on my main character for a while. And then I discovered that there are dungeons in this game where you can like fight bosses and stuff, which is really awesome. Some of the dungeons are really cool. I have to go and do the remaining ones that I have to in the main game, but I'm excited to check out the ones in this one because this expansion pack, coolly enough, is all Cthulhu themed. So it's all like Lovecraftian horror tentacle monster bosses, which I personally think is really cool because, you know, Robert E. Howard and H.P. Lovecraft were very much good friends back when they were writing contemporaries. They were pen pals. They used to talk to each other all the time. And the Conan stories that Robert E. Howard wrote are technically in the same universe as the H.P. Lovecraft stuff. There's some crossover. There's some evil monsters and deities in the Conan stories that are also in Lovecraft stuff, and vice versa. So there's a lot of cool inner cross-pollination there, which is awesome. This looks like a different kind of dog. Maybe it's a hyena. Whatever it is, it's fucking dead. Oh, it is a hyena. Alright, so I think I'm going to build my house on this cliff here overlooking the river. So let's make some foundations, shall we? Okay, make some stone foundation. And now, we'll mine some more stone so we can make more. That'll be cool. I think I might need some more wood too. We'll go cut down that tree over there. I'm over encumbered. Not so much anymore, though. Alright, so we'll just make a small cabin for now, because your early base doesn't need to be super elaborate, at least from my experience. Just basically make a place where we can lay our head and respawn when I inevitably die, because that's one of the things in this game, like, it is pretty difficult, which I appreciate. You can, of course, turn the difficulty down if you'd like, but I like to play on normal because it kind of gives you that challenge. But it is nice, there are times, particularly when I fought some of the bosses, where they're kind of built for groups to encounter and take on. So when you go to a boss that's like pretty much impossible for you to take on by yourself, it's nice to be able to turn down the difficulty and still, experience the dungeon, the content, and the story stuff. Because there is a story to this game. It's very in the background and loose, and you can kind of experience it if you want to, and not experience it if you don't want to, but it is there, which is nice. Guess let's expand out this way. Alright, this is big enough for my first shack. And I have 19 feet, so let's spend some of those. Alright, so I'm gonna go two-hander. Ooh, I can make leather armor already. Boom. And heavy armor too. Let's see. John says reading Claremont X-Men makes me wish we would get a proper X-Men game. Yeah, I'm with you, man. That would be pretty sweet. So I think, let's see, do I want to go sword, axe, or mace with my two-hander man here? You know, I think I might go battle axe with this guy. Now the question is, what style do I want? Let's go with Aquilonian. Oh, I think maybe that comes with the Bruiser perk. Oh, cool. So I can make all that stuff already. Let's see. I think I need a blacksmith's table. So that will be forthcoming in my house here. Just need more wood and stone. But yeah, getting back to John's point there, I also wish that we got a proper X-Men game. That X-Men Destiny game they made not too long ago, it was on the 360, so I guess it was a while ago now, but that stuff really would have been cool to see, like, done well, because it was basically like an X-Men role-playing game, which would have been really, really cool, I think. Okay. So we're going to put the door here. It's a little primitive, but it'll do. Okay. And then we'll throw the walls up here. But yeah, an X-Men role-playing game would have been like my dream video game. But, you know, Activisioned it up, and that game did not turn out particularly well, unfortunately. Yeah, that game was just kind of, you know, you could tell it was a little half-baked in the development cycle, unfortunately. Because it would have been cool. I mean, it gave you the choice. It was almost like a BioWare game. You could, like, join the Brotherhood or the X-Men. You could choose what your powers were between, I think, a suite of, like, 3 or 4 power sets. And they all played a little bit differently. I mean, the fact that we haven't gotten a good role-playing game based on Marvel where you can create your own character yet is kind of crazy to me, you know. Because, you know, we've gotten the DC one, which is cool. I'm more of a Marvel person than I am a DC person, so I would prefer a Marvel one myself, but, you know. The DC online video game was decent. I mean, I haven't played it extensively. But I would even like, you know, I don't even necessarily need the Marvel one to be an MMO. I'd actually much prefer it to be a, you know, single-player focused experience. Alright, so we got the walls up here for my first shack. Now we'll make a door and put a roof on this baby. Let's see. Let's do the flotsam door. That one looks cooler. So we need wooden twine. Got 21 wood. You need 25. But yeah, like, I've seen people in this game make just, like, gigantic towns, basically. Oh, what is this guy? Looks like a baby hyena. Hello, baby hyena. Should I kill you? Mwahaha. It's hunter be hunted in the Hyborian Age, folks. So we'll do the door. Then let's see, the thatch roof, we're gonna need plant fibers for that. John says that there's a lot of untapped potential in the RPG market currently. A proper horror RPG would be amazing. But the closest we've gotten is Dying Light 2. Yeah, man, that would be awesome. I would love a horror-based role-playing game. Even if it's not based necessarily on, like, you know, one of the big properties or something. Something like that would be really cool. Because you could do it from the angle of, like, playing as the, like, villain of a horror movie. Or you could do it as playing from, you know, one of the victims, and your goal is to kind of, like, spec your character in such a way where they survive the, you know, the horror movie experience or whatever. I mean, that you know, there's a lot of potential there. That could be really cool. Okay, so let's put the door up. Boom. And then we'll do some roofing. Two, three. Start with 3. Actually, I think I might need corners for those ones. So let's put... it's so annoying. Wish you could... I thought you were able to, like, rotate these, but maybe I'm just remembering incorrectly. There's that. Okay, yeah. I think there's corners I can throw in those slots, and then... yeah, that'll work. Okay. Boopity-boo. See, it says rotate, but when I try to, like, with the controls, it doesn't let me for some reason. Very strange. We don't like that, folks. Maybe I'll put the corners up first for this one, and then it'll auto-align. slope roof corner. So we'll need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, I'm going to need some more resources. There's that guy. What the fuck? There we go. And we'll need one more corner. Now, let's see. What do I need resource-wise? Need some more plant fibers. But first, let's make us a torch so I can see. There we go. Light is important, folks. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, let's open this guy here. Now we just need the guy that I was trying to put on here before. Boom. Alright. Now we're just going to put something on the top. Which, I'm trying to remember what that is. There's a piece that goes on top. Thatch wedge. Not sure what that's about. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if that one is what we need. think that might be it. Let's try to make another one. What ingredient am I missing now? Plant fibers. So many plant fibers. Alrighty. Guess maybe not, because it's not. Guess we'll just throw a regular ceiling up there, I suppose. I want it to make it pointy, but it gave me. Oh, okay. Some of my meat just went bad. I thought it gave me putrid meat from. There we go. Alright. Need some more stone. Do. And there we are. I have my first house. It's a modest house, but we'll make it nice and cozy. So the first thing we're going to want to do is to put some light in here so that when it gets dark, it's not extremely hard to see. So we'll get the bracketed torches. One. I'll put one on each wall. 3 and 4. If Conan was in Fortnite, would you play it? Asks Noah. That is where I would draw the line. Fortnite is a experience that I cannot say that I ever want to have. So I will have to refrain, unfortunately, from the probably eventual inclusion of Conan in Fortnite. I mean, they had the Northmen in Fortnite, which is depressing. So, I mean, anything's possible at this point, I suppose. My throat feels dry. Sounds like we need some water. Forgot to make a water skin earlier. Let's make one. We'll go fill it up. Oh, thought I was going to die there. He gripped it just in time. Alright, so we filled our water jug. And now we will drink. Alrighty. Now, the next thing I'm going to want to make here is... Let's see. Oh, I forgot to spend my stuff here. That'll probably be useful. Strength we're going to want to invest in. Agility, vitality... do these three equally for now. Okay. And then feats. Let's just get all of these spent too. Oh, there's probably the rooftopper that I need. We'll be doing fences, we'll be doing staircases, we'll be doing all of it. Beds we need. A furnace we need. I want to get the thrall maker so I can put some people on the wheel of pain. And where is the blacksmith's table? Tannery I'll take so we can make leather. Box maker I'll need. find it. All right, well, let's see. Armorer's bench for crafting armor. We'll need that. Okay. Gonna need iron bars for that. Alright, let's get some stone going here. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna make a box first so I can store some shit. Gonna need some wood. Some plant fibers for that. Let's see, how many twines can I make? Okay, so we're gonna need how many for the box? 12. Let's cut some wood. Oh shit. It's a hyena. Fuck you, hyena. Alrighty. Now let's make a box. What's in the box? I was reminded of that line today actually because Jay from Red Letter Media and Mike from Red Letter Media made a video, a half in the bag catch up, and they said that that line is so overused to the point where you know, anybody that says it they get like really annoyed with, and they're like, I want to punch you in the face. So I am officially on the Red Letter Media hit list for saying that on the live stream, I guess. Deposit. Well, I want to make my stove in here, but actually, let's cook this. I'm gonna need some more wood. that should be enough to cook all this meat. Noah said, Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. That's another line that they got super annoyed with in that video, which is very funny. Let's make some bandages, because I'm almost out of health here. What's in the box? I'm trying to think if there's any Conan lines like that that are annoying, that people say too much. The closest one that probably gets annoying to some people, maybe not to me, because I think it's a good line, is to crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. But I'm sure there's some Arnold lines like that. I actually sent a video in our chat the other day, me and Noah were laughing at, of Arnold yelling, "Get to the chopper," in various contexts outside of the Predator movie, where he says it. And it's very funny. There's one of them where he's just like on a building screaming, "Get to the chopper!" in really low quality audio on his phone, taking a selfie of himself. It's like, what are you doing, Arnold? But it's very funny. So let's deposit, this stuff's here. This I don't really need, this I don't need. Hyena pelt I'll keep. This I don't need, this I don't need. That'll keep. That'll keep. That I don't need, that'll keep. That I do not need. There's some kind of spammer in the chat right now. Delete Tinder, we have sex cheaper. I am going to report this person. Pornographic, okay, report this person. Am I gonna have to... Yo, let's just remove all this person's comments. This is fucking gross. Okay, now that Naked HD XYZ is gone, let's return to business as usual. Alright, Vamp. What's your opinion on daggers in PvP? In this game? I haven't played any PvP, to be honest. I've only played single player, so if they're like overpowered or something, I'm not sure. In other games, daggers in PvP are cool. I don't usually play rogue type characters, to be honest, in games like this. I usually play warriors, like heavily armored, knight-ish type characters, or ranger, like a bow and arrow character, or a wizard. Preferably dark wizards. I'm an edgelord, I guess, and I like to play as the wizards of darkness, you know, those types. All right, so let's now forge a two-handed sword, Conan sword, as Arnold would call it. Or wait, can I do a battle axe, or is that not possible yet? Yeah, it looks like just a sword for now. Connor says, what's a popular line that annoys you? I think I'm just young enough where I never really encountered Borat impressions. Let's see. I'm trying to think. None that really come to the top of my head, but I'm sure if I really thought about it, there would be one. It probably comes from one of the Marvel nonsense movies that I don't like. That would be my guess, but I am not sure off the top of my head. But feel free to pipe in the comments what yours may be, Connor and the rest of you guys. Noah says, one overused quote that annoys me is, yeah, well, you know, that's like your opinion man from The Big Lebowski, even though I love that movie. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like that's the go-to quote for people that, like, don't really even know that movie. They just kind of, like, know that that's a movie quote through osmosis. You know? Okay, now let's make a forge. How much stone do we need for that? We need 500 stone. So since it would be boring to watch me mine 500 stone, let's pump up the harvest amount a little bit here. Let's pump it up to 5 times instead of 1. See? Bob Bing. You guys would have seen me, like, running around to find 500 stone for, like, hours. But now, we have enough for a forge very quickly. Oh, I forgot I was going to make a sword. Let's do that. Two-handed stone sword. Oh, I need branches? That's bullshit. Alright, let's just make the forge then. Jordan Dominguez says Marvel movies aren't made masculine men. Interesting perspective. That's not necessarily the problem I have with them. I just think a lot of them are poor adaptations of what I like about Marvel comics anyway, and Marvel's kind of just ruining the film industry in my opinion, with, you know, just being the only franchise and movie thing in general that seems to make money anymore, you know, so. But fair enough. So we got a forge now. Oh, that's cool. Now we need some branches here. Yeah, Jordan Dominguez says pretty much nothing is nowadays, and if they make something for this public, expect rocks to come flying. That's just one of the reasons I avoid them altogether. Yeah, fair enough. I guess, you know, it also probably depends on what you define as a masculine man. But that is a story for another day, I suppose. Oh, I need stone. So this will give me a lot more swinging power, be able to do more damage per hit with this guy. Look at that. Alrighty. Well, let's make a bed. So that if we die, we can respawn directly back at the cabin here. I must have scrolled past it. Need 20 hides, thankfully. We got some here. Grimdark Half Off says, been loving your work so far. Thank you very much. And he says, how late am I? I'm going to be logging off here in like 20 minutes. I usually do these streams for about a couple hours and then sign off. But welcome. The stream, of course, will be available on my channel afterwards. So if you'd like to take a look after that, definitely feel free. Alrighty, now we... Oh, I forgot to put the bed down. That would help, wouldn't it? Now, where does my dude want to sleep? That is the question. I think we'll put it in this corner over here. Okay. So, once you put a bed down, that will be one of your spawn locations. You can have two spawn locations. One that's permanent, which is your bed in your house, and then also a bedroll you can take with you if you go out adventuring, which we will make one once I start venturing out of my cabin here. But I want to make some armor and stuff first. Okay. Armorer's bed. For the armorer's bench, we need some more stone. Okay. Probably should have put the hide back in the thing here so I'm not super over encumbered. Oh, and the wood too. So what do I need? I need I need some more plant fiber. I guess as we always do. This ended up being a pretty decent place. I get a lot of resources around here, which is good. I wasn't really scouting out a super strategic place, to be honest, because I didn't want to bore you guys with just, you know, scouting about and trying to find the perfect place, you know, but here we are. make the armorer's bench next. Then we'll need to find some iron deposits so I can make a weapons or blacksmith's bench so I can make some weapons. I want to make a pretty sweet battle axe for my guy here too. Jordan Domingo says, what's up, Grimdark? I've been enjoying your stuff too, man. And he says, by the way, congrats for the 400 subs, which wish even more success to you. Thank you very much. I didn't realize Grimdark Half Off did videos. That's pretty cool, man. I will have to check out your stuff too. What kind of videos do you make, if you don't mind me asking? Grimdark Half Off says he makes Conan lore videos and theory crafting. That's awesome. I will have to check out your stuff, definitely. I would have before, but now that I know it's, you know, directly related to Conan stuff, I am looking forward to that. I also wanted to, before we signed off at some point, so I guess I'll mention it now. I hope everyone enjoyed the trailer that I cut for the John Carter of Mars show that we're going to be doing on the channel. I'm going to be doing a similar kind of series that I've been doing for Conan Chronicles on the John Carter books by Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's going to be a limited series where I do the 12 John Carter books on the channel here. So don't worry, the Conan stuff will still be coming. I won't be replacing the channel with John Carter stuff entirely. But that will be my kind of spin-off project that I'll be working on, which should be fun. Okay. See, this is some of the cool armor and stuff you can make here. So you got Khitan stuff, which is like ancient Chinese armor. Nemedians, it looks like it's got like a Viking vibe to it. Ooh, the Pictish stuff looks cool. I like the wolf helmet we got here. The Picts, of course, are based on Native Americans. Poitain. We've even got Thulsa Doom's helmet and some of the helmets from the Conan movies, which is awesome. Turan. And this is the samurai stuff, which is awesome. Yamatai Warlord helmet. All that good stuff. Grimdark says, I've tried to shout out your channel multiple times. Well, thank you. That's amazing of you. I really appreciate that. He also says, so Connor asks, what's your preferred genre for Conan in video games? Though you've gotten your feet wet in some of these. I think my favorite Conan video game is, that I've played anyway, at this point, is probably this one. I'm a big like role-playing game guy, so the role-playing elements of this really appealed to me. in terms of like the exploration, the dungeon crawling, the leveling up your character and specializing them in different ways and stuff. I love the crafting systems in role playing games too. So the fact that this game has such a robust crafting system is really cool to me. Jordan Dominguez says this sword would break in the first swing. You're probably right. Yeah, it's just a bunch of rocks held together with tweed, it looks like, which is funny. Connor says, what makes you prefer the fantasy pulp of Conan and John Carter over crime pulp? Do you have any affinity for crime pulp? You know, to be honest, I've never read any of it, so I can't say that I like it more or less than this stuff, but I generally prefer science fiction and fantasy stories over crime stuff in general. That's not to say I don't like it. I mean, you know, a lot of my favorite superheroes are street level crime characters, like Spider-Man and Daredevil, for example. But detective noir crime stuff, it's a genre that's kind of a blind spot for me. I'd like to get into it at some point, but I think I don't know. These kind of stories just appeal to me more because of their grand scale. The Conan stuff appeals to me because of its historical connections, and the John Carter stuff because it's you know, space fantasy like Star Wars, which I have a big affinity for as well. So that's, I guess, what I would say in that regard. Grimdark says, "Have you played Age of Conan?" Oh, I forgot. Age of Conan is a great game too. That's also one of my favorites. I love that game as well. And he says he's playing as a demonologist. I am playing as a conqueror in that game. If you'd ever like to play sometime, PM me your info and we can link up. That'd be really fun. Jordan Dominguez says this game is basically Ark Survival or Rust with a Hyborian theme. Yeah, I've heard that. I have never played either of those games, but I'm sure I would enjoy them if I like this game. But yeah, this game is really fun. Good stuff. Alright, so let's see what we can make as far as armor here. I want to make something lightweight. Forget how you make the padding. Heavy padding. Okay. Light padding. Okay. That's just hide and twine. Okay. The Argo stuff is cool too because it's all like kind of Greek stuff. I think all I can make is the light stuff right now. And that requires hide and twine. So let's go kill some animals. Shall we? got some hide here, so maybe that'll suffice for now anyway. So how much twine? So I want to make 1, 2, 15, 20, 25. So 25 twines. 10. 5. There we go. Grimdark says, I love mixing Stormglass with Argosian. Ancient Greece plus Lovecraft equals fun. Hell yeah, man. That sounds awesome. And Jordan Dominguez says, it's cool to see you guys linking since I follow both. As a sub, would be awesome to see a collab. Yeah, man. And if you play Age of Conan too, definitely let us know. It'd be fun to get like a group going or something. Like, because I was playing that MMO, solo by myself, which is... fun, but I'm sure playing with other people is much more fun. I was a big Star Wars Galaxies and World of Warcraft person back in the day, so I missed out on the Age of Conan goodness when that game was new. But getting into it now, I mean, it's mad fun. I really like it, so. Alright, let's throw this in here. Oh, I can make assassin stuff. That's cooler. Where's the just assassin stuff? Okay, well. Assassin boots. One, two, three. Grimdark says, I'm honestly trying to rush through Tortage, despite it being a great setting, so I can get to the architecture of Stygia and Aquilonian cities. Yeah, man, that stuff's really cool in that game. I really like the both those places, but the Stygia stuff is cool too, because that's probably my favorite of the two, just because the Stygian music is really up my alley. It's got that kind of African Middle Eastern vibe, which is awesome. I use some of that music for a few of my videos for background music because I thought it fit really well. I think I used one of those tracks in the People of the Black Circle review, if I remember correctly. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to need some more. Alright, animals, where you at? I forgot. Maybe I can use the hide. Hide I have too. Yeah, this thing crushes compared to the one-handed sword. Hell yeah. Alright, let's skin this motherfucker. Let's throw that in there and see if it doesn't work. Nope. For some reason, you just need regular hide. Okay. Weird. I'll allow it, I suppose. Jordan Dominguez says, have you ever played Kenshi? This game has nothing to do with Conan, but has a big Hyborian vibe to me. No, I've actually never even heard of that. What kind of game is it, if you don't mind me asking? Where's the stupid dogs when you need them? Here, doggy, doggy, doggy. Oh no, what did I aggro? Oh, it's a wolf of some kind. Let's fuck it up. There we go. There's some hide. Jordan Dominguez says, I will not spoil your surprise. Kenshi, take a look, smiley face. All right, well, you have my attention. I am intrigued. All right, let's go to boom, assassin boots. We'll do an assassin mask, assassin chest piece, assassin gloves, and assassin... Oh, shit. We don't have enough of the leggings, folks. But this will be the last thing I'll do. I'll make this piece here, and then I'll end off for you guys, because it's 10 o'clock. But maybe I'll do another Exiles stream in the future with this character on Exiles, because I got to get through the Isle of Sipta at some point, do all the dungeons and such. I'd also like to do a Skyrim and Oblivion stream playing as Conan at some point, because I did start a Conan playthrough in that game, playing as a light armor and two-handed sword focused character in that game, which has been a blast. Grimdark Half Off says, yeah, I can only play Conan Exiles in creative mode. I just love mixing different building styles. I still want to create a Witcher castle in the median. That would be awesome, man. Alright, let's throw on some of this assassin stuff, because I have never made this stuff since I got the DLC. Let's see how we look. Whoa, that looks fucking cool. Alright. So, my boy, Mr. Stygian here is looking pretty awesome. Alright, so this will be the last thing I do. We're going to end off here for the 400 subscribers stream, but before I go, I'd like to thank everyone as always. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough for helping the channel grow. It's been awesome. I hope everyone's excited, not just for the future Conan stuff coming in the future. We got the Beyond the Black River coming. That review I'm still working on the script for, but I'm almost done. I've got some of the preliminary editing done as well, so that one will be coming likely this coming week. I also got the Conan the Destroyer commentary coming on for the Patreon soon. I have that pretty much edited. I just have to splice the clip out for the preview for the main channel. And then the Princess of Mars, the first of our John Carter Journals of Barsoom spin-off show that I'm doing. That'll be really fun for those of you that are looking for something that is a little bit more of a science fiction flavor, but still about a kind of, man with a sword on in a barbaric world kind of vibe. So I hope you guys enjoy that stuff. We got lots of great content coming, and of course, I'm at 435 subs now. So if the trend holds, maybe I'll be doing another 500 subscribers stream very soon. But in any case, I'll talk to you guys soon, and thank you for watching and all that you do for the channel in terms of subscribing, liking, commenting, subscribing to the Patreon, all that good stuff. All right, well, thank you very much, and have a good one. Bye, guys.